page that I'm just learning how to update. So I'll put that information out there. But the gallery is 8 Modern in Santa Fe. And we'll have some of his recent work there.
Any other questions?
He's here in the front.
You've been traveling with him for 2 weeks, but when you're not traveling with him, how often do you guys see Jimmy?
I see Jimmy once a week when I'm in New York. I also travel without Jimmy. It's a little easier sometimes. But I go once a week. Wednesday at 2 o'clock is the time he prefers, if I can do that. And and just see how it's going. There are several other people that check on him weekly and send me emails to let me know how it's going. And he likes to go for picnics in the park sometimes, or just hang out in the neighborhood. He introduces me to the ladies across the hall as his granddaughter, which confuses them, but that's okay. And he has his own cat, and she likes to watch samurai videos.
That's funny.
Yeah.
So, are you two working on any new work together? And then talk about what your next projects are.
Masa's always working on something.
No, but I don't really have. Well, you have next project.
I have another project that, if I raise enough money, I can hire Masa to help me with again. Masa does a lot without being paid, but I want to pay him. And the next project I'm developing now is called Picturing Peace. I figure we know a lot about what war looks like, but we don't know so much about what peace looks like. And I'm interested in helping educators teach the history of cultures of peace. So I went to Costa Rica in January and met people who haven't had an army since 1948 and are doing just fine, thank you very much. They took all the money out of the military in 1948 and put it into education. And they have a very high literacy rate and a big middle class, and they're doing great. I'm interested in going to Norway to interview the father of peace studies, Johan Galtung. And they have a University of Peace in Costa Rica. There's another one in, I think it's in Austria. And I'd also been invited to Bhutan by a former student, where they have a gross national happiness index.
Wow.
So I think it's time to tell the stories of places that have managed to resolve conflict in a nonviolent way, so that we understand that peace is possible, and we just need to know what it looks like and practice the language of it so that we can start practicing it more in our daily lives.
That's great.
And I hope Masa will help me with that.
Any other questions or comments? Please,
in the back.
When you got his Social Security, did you get his compensation that Japanese received for internment?
Yeah, actually we have a couple people here from NCRR. You want to stand up and say hello? They came all the way from LA.
Wow.
Thank you. NCRR was an early group that got in touch with me somehow when I had Jimmy living with me, and helped find out whether he had received the restitution. He did receive it, but it was apparently while he was on the street, and someone there helped him spend it, I believe. So, but he did receive it.
That's terrible.
More questions? Masa, do you want to make some comments?
Is he still doing art and selling it on the street?
No, he likes to do it inside where it's nice and dry and quiet and not windy, but he is doing art every night, pretty much. He works at night, which is why he's sleeping right now. He does a lot of collage work lately. When we got to Tule Lake on the pilgrimage this time, he started drawing the mountain right away. But his art changed after we went back on that pilgrimage. He used to always draw the mountain and the big fence and the gate, and himself trapped behind that fence and gate. After we went back to the pilgrimage, first he drew the gate open, and then the guard tower falling down, and then finally he drew it with no fence and no barracks and in bright colors, and he never put himself in the picture again. So, yeah. You can see a couple examples of his artwork. I don't know if we have the prints of Tule Lake anymore, but we might have some big size that show kind of that before and after. The prints that are going to be for sale in the lobby, are we selling prints afterwards?
Yes,
Are,
we are.
are
We are.
reproductions of several of his images, and he'll sign them if you want.
We do have a table out there with some of his prints and copies of DVDs, so.
Yeah.
The song that Jimmy sang was beautiful, but I didn't understand any of it.
Tokyo Ondo.
Oh, that's the song he just.
Yeah.
It's called Tokyo Ondo. You know Tokyo. Tokyo is Ondo. Like dance. It's dance song. Happy it's like summer festival song kind of. So it's like the words goes like when you. Yeah, when you dance, it's gotta be like Tokyo Ondo, Tokyo dance kind of. Yeah. Yeah.
What else did he say before the song? Do you remember? He made a little speech.
Do you remember? Yeah.
You said I want a nap.